Some people claim that our characters show most clearly when we engage in political activity. But at least one British psychiatrist has a simpler way of judging his fellows. Dr. G.R. Peberdy spent several years studying the mustaches and personalities of his British Army colleagues. He believes character may reveal itself on an upper lip. He discussed his theories with Jack McGaw in London, then Jack discussed them with some Londoners.
In this study, it did transpire that there was a strongly marked tendency for people wearing the clipped, you might call it the toothbrush moustache, to be of characteristics where they were rather like the moustache. That's to say that they were energetic and prickly, and they were restricted. They were sharply restricted, so that they cut close into the side, as it were, like that, straight off, you see. And this meant that they were people of precision, but they were also people who limited themselves. And they were also people who stuck out into the world, as it were, like that. So that, as I say, they were energetic, they were capable, but they were limited, and they were prickly. The thin-line people, we found, did have certain personality characteristics, by and large. They were people, perhaps it isn't surprising when one comes to think of it, who were rather self-regarding, a little fond of themselves. Chap with a bushy moustache is rather the sort of lamb in the lion's clothing. Perhaps the only one I haven't mentioned in any detail, indeed there's very little detail to say about it, is the trimmed one, which is the one I described as covering generally just covering, non-committally, the whole of the upper lip. This gave us no results of any consequence. It didn't stand out in any fashion from the non-moustached person. In one of the army units I was with, there was a sergeant major, and his moustache was a quite extraordinary one. It looked as if it had been painted on his upper lip. It had a series of little points. I can't at this distance remember how many, but probably 4 points sticking up, and then 2 little lateral ones, you see. So it was a decorated thin line, if you like. A quite extraordinary moustache. And obviously took a great deal of attention each day. And one can imagine how very demanding it was to go around and make quite sure it got every point perfectly correct, and they were all correct with the utmost precision. Well, now, sometime after this, I happened to notice Sergeant Major's moustache, and I happened to see that it was becoming much more diffuse, that the points had become softened off, if you like, you see, and it was becoming more like an ordinary thin line than this extraordinary tattoo on his upper lip. It wasn't a tattoo, it was a moustache, but it looked like a tattoo. And it came to one's ears that the Sergeant Major had at that time become in receipt of the amorous advances of one of the ladies around the station. And I came to think, but of course this was sheer amusing conjecture and quite unlike the main study, which was quite a serious study, I came to think that perhaps the Sergeant Major had at that time been somewhat softened, and that his moustache had softened at the same time. People feel that hairiness is associated with masculinity. I suppose masculinity is virility. And I think also, though this is stretching a very long bow, but the idea of a sort of whiskeriness is associated with an idea of being more formidable. And this happens with animals, after all, doesn't it? Their hair stands up if they're more aggressive, as it were.
And a woman's never been kissed by a bloke without a moustache. It's like eating fish and chips without salt.
What's the old Spanish saying?
The old Spanish saying is that a kiss without a mustache is like an egg without salt.
Is that right?
This is exactly what my wife says, yes. I'm forbidden to shave it off, but if you wish to carry on comparatively still further, I'm not allowed to grow a beard because that would be too much salt, apparently.
Well, I wouldn't know. That's the girl to ask, isn't it? I mean, if you ask the wife, she might know the difference.
Thanks very much.
I think it's all lies. I think the idea is horrible.
On the basis of experience, you say that?
It depends, I suppose. I hate the long, prickly ones, but if it's a nice, soft one, that's the difference. But the prickly ones are vile.
Yeah, well, mine isn't real. I pencil it on.
They say that hair makes a man virile, doesn't it? But although I've got no hairs on my legs.
Oh, well, I don't know. I've never kissed anybody with a moustache, so I don't know.
Really? Are you fearful?
Yes. No, not at all. I think, it depends. If you grow one, we'll try it out sometime.
A bit better with a bit of hair around it. I don't know. I don't mind a bit of hair around it.
Any relationship between moustache and virility and masculinity?
Oh, now he wants to know, doesn't he?